Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey Jansen. I'm not gonna rotate my device. I'm sorry, I gotta do it like this. Just who I am. I can't rotate my device. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today is what? 2019. It is a motivational Tuesday. It's been a kind of a freaking hectic ever since Thanksgiving. It's like non-stop go, 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 go. So I hope everybody knows that you matter, you're important, you make a difference. So today, what have you done to make a difference in your life and to make a difference in everybody else's life? I hope you understand there's a lot going on with the holiday season coming up and everything else. I know a lot of people are going to start getting stressed out. They're going to start worrying about everything. You know, what you got to understand and take into account is you need to breathe. You are responsible for your own actions. What you say, do, think, that's all on you. Okay, you cannot blame anybody else for anything that goes on. Now, I just recently took on a new position, and I'm going to take on and take whatever for the past to basically get everything righted again. If you want to make things right, you want to make a change, you want to make a difference, first off, you have to accept that there was a problem. Then you have to find a solution to that very problem. Forgive whatever caused that problem, then forgive yourself for allowing that problem to come in. Now, why do you have to do all that? Everybody's like, man, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Great. You're right. I don't. But here's just it. If you do not learn to forgive yourself, then how on earth can you move forward with everything else with all that baggage upstairs in your head? If you cannot learn to forgive others, how can you live with yourself, and how can you forgive yourself, once again, for having all that baggage upstairs? I'm not going to jiggle my camera for him. So, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Life is great, but it's up to you to make it great. Things go a certain way for a certain reason. Not because you did anything wrong, not because the people around you, but because you allowed yourself the anger and the frustration. You allowed somebody to get into your head, and you never forgave yourself. You may have forgave them, but you keep thinking about it. You keep remembering it. You need to learn to forgive yourself. You literally learn to get this stuff out of your head. Once you do, and you make it okay with yourself, it's no longer in your head, and you can put better things in there. I know so many people that suffer from depression and PTSD, and the one thing that they all have in common, they won't forgive themselves. They don't think they have to. They hold so much hate, animosity, anger at something that is so trivial, so out there. I dealt with a thing last night, and I love the people I serve with. But there was a very trivial, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of things going on we got to fix or make better, or, we can move forward with. But the most trivial thing is what they got upset about. And I'm thinking to myself, this is why things don't get done. People look at the most insignificant thing and then make a big deal about it. Why? Well, first off, you need to go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, because people that weigh in on little things that don't matter, they're only doing that to pick a fight. They're only doing that in order to cause conflict with everybody else because they're not happy with themselves. Second, if it's trivial, it can be taken care of and fixed. But if you're getting mad about it all the time, it cannot get fixed, because even once the problem is taken care of, you're still going to be mad that it happened in the first place. So if you're okay with fixing a problem and you can look at it like, hey, it's fixed now, forgive, forget, move on, and go. Otherwise, you're going to sit there in that one problem. Life's going to pass you by, and things are not going to get done in your life. So a lot of things, the best thing you can do is forgive yourself for all the little petty things that are going on. And the things that shouldn't matter, you need to forgive yourself for. You need to look at it and be like, you know what? This should not be of importance to me. It's more important to take care of my family, more important to take care of my Marines, more important to take care of my daughter or my son or whoever else. And then look at yourself and be like, you know what? These people are looking at me, and if I hang on to small, insignificant things, they're going to hang on to small, insignificant things. And the next thing you know, all these little things, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. I see groups, I see organizations, I see businesses, I see, all these different, non-for-profits groups. What happens is they're great, but they fail because of the paper cut. They fail because of the things that are so insignificant and unimportant that they get in fights and they start bickering about petty stuff. And so the next thing you know, you got all these clubs and organizations falling apart. No one wants to go anymore. Nobody wants to join. Why? Because they spent so much time on things that don't matter that the people around them like, that stuff does not matter. That nobody went to where they were tolerated because they were no longer celebrated. So if you're over there bickering at your Marines, or you're over there bickering at your soldiers over the small things instead of taking care of the big things, you're so worried about their pillowcase being wrong and ridiculing them that you didn't take them out to get the correct PT. So now all of a sudden they're falling behind in PT because of a pillowcase. Now I say that because there's certain Marines and soldiers and sailors that'll understand what I'm talking about. But if you keep bickering about the small stuff, eventually you're not even going to have that to bicker about, because all the big stuff's going to come tumbling down and you're not even going to notice, because instead of building this big strong building, you're worried about the foundation and whether or not it's got enough color. It makes no sense. Okay? Instead of changing the light bulb that's burnt out, you look at the entire lamp and be like, it's off center. Great, change the light bulb. Quit worrying about if it's off center or not. Because if you can't see anything, you can't see it being off center, right? That's how insignificant these problems are. You matter, you're important. Don't let little things get in your way. Your kids are going to mess up all the time. Forgive them and laugh, okay? Your friends and family, they're going to fall, they're going to trip, they're trying to do good, and they really are. Love them, be kind to them, help them. Okay, but do not concentrate on the small, insignificant things, okay? Such things as an Irish pennant. Sorry, you guys aren't going to understand that one. You know, things that, you know, all of a sudden a guy's coming in and he's late every day, but you're worried about how he looks instead of why he's not there on time. Maybe he's got a problem going on at home, but you're sitting there scolding him for little things that don't matter, so you're making his life worse, so he can't fix what he needs to fix. It's when you start dealing with small things and not worrying about the things that matter is when we have a problem. Be better than the problem. Be better than that small, insignificant thing. Yeah, sure, you may see somebody writing with a right hand and you can't stand it, you gotta have a left. You may have pet peeves on things. Get over them. The reason why is because the bigger things that are going on, you're not paying attention to, and they're what matter. You're so worried in your relationship about if somebody blows their nose at the table one time that you didn't notice the entire relationship is falling apart and they're coming around less and less because you had an issue with blowing their nose at a table. That's something years and years ago I dealt with, but it's still funny to me. So like I said, worry about the big things in life, and the small things you got to let go. Forgive yourself for allowing yourself to look at something trivial and let it taking over your life. Anyway, if you want right now, I am going into La Gondola to pick up some spaghetti because I like La Gondola spaghetti. And if you guys want, you